Hi, welcome to Sri Software Solution. In this session, I'm going to tell you about software link, common path setting, about classes and objects. These are all the topics we are going to cover in this session. And first, we'll see the software link. So, once we are going to execute the Java program in your system, first we need a JDK software. Go to this link and download it and install it in your system. First link is for the JDK. Okay, this is a 8 version. This is a link, Oracle link. Okay, you have to register and don't worry about the registration form and everything. Okay, properly you just register, and if any updation, that Oracle Corporation will send you the mail. Okay, so it is free of cost only, so don't worry about the registration form and login form and everything. And just registered and download this software. You will be getting this link after registration. Okay, so you can download it in your system and install it. This is a exe file. Okay, you have to install it. And Eclipse, and this is not a exe file, this is a zip file. So you just no need to install it, you just download it and just extract it in your system. Okay, and I will tell you how to open the Eclipse in a practical session. I will tell you that one, so don't worry about that. And once you install this JDK Java 8 software, now you have to set the common path. Okay, so once you set the common path, then only we can use that software in any other drive. That is normally whatever the software we installed, that will be installed in a C colon. But we are going to work in a D or E drive, right? So we need a support from that C colon to D drive also. That software we need to use it in a D colon secondary drive also, we have to use it. Okay, so for that only we are setting the common path. So how to set the common path, here I explained. So after installing your JDK software in your system, go to this link and copy this URL in program files Java JDK and bin, like that. We'll be getting one URL there. Okay, you just copy this URL and go to the this PC properties, advanced system setting environment. In that, you will be getting the system property window like this. Okay, and click the environment variable. That variable window will open like this way, and here we are having a user variable, like that we are having on block, right? System variable, user variable. In user variable you can select the path here, and if you edit that one, okay, if you edit that one, we'll be getting that all the path whatever we are having there. Okay, in that you just click new and paste it. See, I already pasted that path here like this. Okay, after pasted you just click OK, 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 like that. Three button will be coming there, and I just click OK. That's all, your common path is settled. And now you can use this C colon software in any other drive in your system. Even desktop also we can save it, but that is not a proper way to save the project. Whatever the project we are going to create, that we have to store it in a secondary drive, either D or E drive. Okay, so after this we'll set the common path. Okay, and once you set the common path, how to check whether the path is set it properly or not, that when we move on to the practical, I will tell you. Okay, next, little bit introduction about classes and object. What is class? Class is a collection of object. And what is an object? Object is an encapsulation. It's hide the data from the user. Class we can compare with the ATM machine. In ATM machine we have all the client details. Okay, and in the same way, object we can compare with the pin number. Pin number we can consider like a ATM card and a pin number. If you enter the valid pin number in a ATM machine, then only we can get the transaction, right? In the same way, if you create the object for the class, then only we can able to access whatever the data we return inside the class. Okay, so without object we are not supposed to access it. Okay, so we can compare this class to ATM machine and object to pin number. Okay, so this is one of the best example. What is class and what is object? Now, object is an encapsulation. It's hide the data from the user. We are not able to access directly without object. Okay, And inside the class, what we need to write it, how to create the class. We'll see that. This is a small class syntax I returned. See, I'm having a class name is addition. Okay, and inside that I created some member data, member function, constructor, access specifier, and main function. Everything we can write it, and as well as we can write the static block also. Okay, and here class is a keyword, or we can call as a specifier. Using class keyword we need to create a class, and class name is an identifier. Identifier means if you've seen this class name, you can able to identify, right? Here I'm going to add addition, I'm doing addition program. If it is subtraction program, I can do it. Okay, if it is student details, employee details, now employee details, like that we can write it. If I say in that class name, what we are going to write it inside that, we can able to identify that one very easily. So that your naming like a class name is a identifier. Okay, so using my name you can identify me. Okay, in the same way, if it is a class name, if you give the proper class name, we can identify for what purpose we are creating that class, like that. Okay, so we have tried the curly bracket opening closing, and inside that only whatever the code we need write it, everything we can write it here. Okay, and here member data, just I declare some variable a b c, like that. Okay, so whatever the variables declaration you need to do it. Here you can declare anything like string name, float, height, like that. So whatever the declarations we declare, that declaration is called as a member data. And member function, public void calc, like that I created. This is a void function, without argument I return. And here inside that, whatever the code you need write it, anything we can write it. Whether if I'm going to assign the value for a and a b, and I'm going to calculate that value, I'm going to print that value, no? That code you can write it inside that. Okay, while we move on to the practical session, we will see that briefly. And just here I'm writing only the syntax. Okay, and as well as constructor we are having inside the class, we have constructor, that is class name and function name must be same. And here we are having three types of constructor. This is a default constructor I returned, and as well as we are having a parameter and a copy constructor also, we can write it inside the class. Okay, and this is a function, but see, we don't have a void keyword here. But if it is a member function, we need to write a void keyword. Okay, but if it is constructor, no need to write a void keyword. Okay, why? Because this constructor will automatically return a value. And if you create the object for the class, the constructor function will automatically call. No need to call this function separately. And this is one of the special function which is available in all classes, not only in addition class. In whatever the class you are going to create, this default constructor is defaultly available there. And if you need, we can use it. Mostly we are going to use this constructor function to assign the value for the variable. Okay, and in practically I will do it, that one. Okay, also. And as well as we are having access specifier. Access specifier is in private, public, and protector. Okay, these are all the access specifier, three labels, like that we are calling that one. So that also we have to write it inside the class only. And as well as we need to create the main function. Without main function, we are not supposed to execute the program. In Java, here we are using public static void main within a parenthesis string argument, like that we have to write the main function. Okay, just syntax I return. So this all the code we can write it inside the class. Okay, and now how to access this class? Now we need to create the object. In main function, we have to create the object. Just I'm writing outside of the main function. But normally this three lines we need to write it inside this class. Okay, and here I'm having an object that is class name, and this object creation as both are same, right? So once I created like this way, here I'm using new addition, right? This one will automatically invoke the constructor. So no need to call this constructor function separately, and whatever the code you written inside that, that will be automatically identified by this object. Okay, and using that object we can access the other variables and functions whatever we written inside that. Suppose I'm going to access the a variable, I'm not given a value for that. I need to assign the value for the a variable now. Obj.a equal to 10, like that we can assign it. And as well as if I go into call the calc function, obj.calc, like that we need to call the function. Okay, like this way we need to access the member data and member function, and as well as constructor through the object. Okay, so now you understand how to create the class and object. And this one we need to do it in a practical, then only hands-on practice we need to do it, and then only we can able to identify whatever we written inside here. And that will also will do it. Okay, so let's start the practical session in next section. Okay, so thanks for watching.